news and information leader.
Bill Clinton, Hollywood Reacts, next ET.
Slow motion misery. Relentless Francis pounds Florida, engulfing and drenching the state. Riding it out. Stories of survival from the people who wouldn't leave. An Iraqi riddle. Has a top Saddam deputy been captured or not? And heartfelt wishes for former President Clinton as his surgery nears.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. John Roberts is off tonight. I'm Mika Brzezinski. The Sunshine State hasn't seen any for days now, and it's beginning to take its toll, with scattered flooding, widespread power outages, and one storm-related death so far. Hurricane Francis has weakened to a tropical storm, but heavy rains continue as it drifts over the state. CBS News correspondents are in position throughout Florida tonight. We begin our reports with Mark Strassman in Vero Beach. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Mika. Tonight, much of Florida is knee-deep in misery. Floodwater is a major ongoing worry. There's debris everywhere you look. And tonight, scores of Floridians will have to rebuild.
Oh, there's the mattress.
In Daytona Beach, mattresses flew like leaves from hotel windows as Hurricane Francis roared ashore with Old Testament fury. Its 90-mile-an-hour winds and sheets of rain pounded Florida's east coast, toppling trees and power lines and leaving 4 million Floridians without power.
Please be careful.
This hotel room in West Palm Beach was shredded, blown apart. Up and down Florida's coastline, some entire neighborhoods were in tatters, including this mobile home park.
Just remember that you and your family are more valuable than you're valuable. So don't think that you need to get on the interstate to go back to your community until you are told to do so.
Around 1 a.m., the eye of Francis crossed Sewell's Point, south of Fort Pierce. By then, Francis, once a Category 4 hurricane, had been downgraded to a Category 1. At first glance, wind damage seemed widespread, but not catastrophic. Tell that to Joe and Shirley Mayer in their hotel room. They were among a record 2.8 million Floridians ordered to evacuate.
What do you think is left?
Nothing. I really don't think we'll have a house at all.
Hard? I mean, very hard, yeah.
This view of Francis from space shows a storm blanketing and battering most of Florida.
Tonight, the center of Francis is going to pass by the Tampa Bay area, move out of the Gulf of Mexico, and possibly strengthen back into a hurricane.
There are evacuees tonight in half of Florida counties. One Florida county in 4 officially is already a disaster area, so imagine if Francis had made landfall as a Category 4. Mika?
Mark Strassman, thank you. The Florida flooding could get even worse as Francis moves through. When all is said and done, Francis could dump almost 20 inches of rain in parts of the state. The operative word in waterlogged Orlando is dread, as we hear from Russ Mitchell.
A city known for its amusement parks could soon turn into a water park. In a 3-week period, Orlando, Florida has been smacked with a 1-2 punch. First, Hurricane Charlie, which dumped 4 inches of rain, and now Francis, which could bring as much as 4 times that. Officials say they already feel like they've been in a 15-round fight.
We're good for about 10 inches. We think we can manage that. Beyond that, we're looking at a serious situation for street flooding and that sort of thing.
Compounding the problem, debris left from Charlie could clog drains and cause widespread flooding.
It's just that it's been one behind the other.
Carl Plogger is chief of Orange County Fire and Rescue. His team is still dealing with Charlie's wrath.
We're trying to pick up 1 million cubic yards of debris from the storm that came through before, and we know we're going to have to do that all over again.
Parts of Florida are already dealing with rising water. More rain is expected for Monday and Tuesday, and down the road, Hurricane Ivan, now 2,500 miles from Florida, with the potential to hit the state by next weekend.
So if this is a 15-round fight, where does Ivan take that?
I think it's probably it would compete with the Thrilla in Manila or something of that nature.
And that could deliver another knockout punch to the vacation plans of many Americans And another blow to Florida's $50 billion tourism industry. Russ Mitchell, CBS News, Orlando.
And some of the 2.8 million residents ordered to leave are beginning to return home tonight. However, many more never left in the first place, choosing to ride out the storm. We have 2 reports tonight, beginning with Lee Cowan.
Hurricane Francis was not for those with weak stomachs. At times, marinas in Cocoa, Florida looked like the proving grounds for a new seasick pill. While most stayed off their boats, we found one hardy skipper who decided to ride it out, doing his best to stay upright on his pitching powerboat. He lasted there all night through seas that sank the boat next to him and ripped others from their moorings.
But there comes a time, even in a boat owner's life, when enough is enough. After several hours, he finally decided to make it ashore. One heck of a night out there, I guess, yeah?
Oh, yeah, very long night. It just kept getting worse and worse.
What does your wife think about all this?
She's very unhappy with me.
Holy moly, would you look at this. For landlubbers, the ride was just as riveting. Phil Meyer and Roy Scafidi decided to stare Francis down from home.
The wind is really howling.
But Francis glared back, giving one heck of an evil eye.
I'll never do that again. That was the stupidest thing I could have did. I'm out of here next time they say something like this is going to happen.
No wonder. Take a look at his surf shop down the street. A total loss.
What do you do now?
Have a hurricane sale? Start over? I'm not going to give up.
As for Bert, his boat made it. But given what his wife thought about his overnight stunt, he might be spending tonight there too. Lee Cowan, CBS News, Cocoa Beach.
The Seeberger family, Kelsey, Kirk, Cody, Blake, Danielle, Gray, Sandy, and Gracie, rode out Hurricane Francis in style. Fajitas and burgers and creature comforts galore.
I felt guilty because I know there's people around this town that, I mean, they're literally sitting in the dark. I'm sitting in front of a fan watching DVDs, and so it's not bad.
Last week, Blake Seeberger scooped up one of the last generators in town. And with it,
In the baby's room, we've got a fan and a little light for her. In my daughter and son's room, we've got his Xbox and a lamp and a fan. And in their bedroom, she's got her sleep machine and his sleep apnea machine and a fan.
you got to understand, there's no power out here for miles around. The wind and the rain from the hurricane are blowing like crazy. Inside, these folks barely know that there's a storm out here.
Everybody looks pretty happy.
Oh, we're happy.
Yeah.
Happy. Because we feel safe and secure. And we know the good Lord's going to take care of us.
And when the lights do flicker, that only means...
The microwave's going. Oh, if the microwave is on, then the fluorescent light blinks.
The Seebergers prepared. And yes, they've been praying, too.
We just got a real peace about this thing that God's going to take us through it on the other side.
Right. What's that? What'd you say, Cody?
Because we have a generator.
Surviving Francis with faith, hope, and electricity. Harry Smith, CBS News, West Palm Beach.
And still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, confusion over the reported arrest of a former Saddam deputy and accused school terrorists in Russia forced to confront their deed.
Your worst fall allergies are on their way.
Bring it on. We're Claritin Clear.
Claritin D relieves congestion, sinus pressure, itchy eyes.
Allergies won't get the best of me. Now, I'm Claritin Clear.
For the worst, get the most. Non-drowsy Claritin D. Nothing works stronger to relieve even your worst congestion without drowsiness. So at work, at play, you can breathe better. That's Claritin Clear.
There's clear, then there's Claritin Clear.
Now that the Hyundai Sonata is J.D. Power & Associates' highest-ranked entry midsize car in initial quality, be prepared for a little extra attention. The Sonata from Hyundai.
There's something great going around. Something so delicious, people can't get enough of it. It's these reclosable bottles of Ensure. They're great tasting and go anywhere and everywhere you do to give you a good source of complete balanced nutrition to help you stay healthy. Enjoy Ensure as a snack or occasional meal in 5 creamy, rich flavors. Ensure in reclosable bottles. Drink to your health wherever you go.
I had a closeout deprived childhood.
You hate to see that.
Within all this, I was isolated. I'm on the outside, looking in. Walking into Big Lots for the first time was like a cleansing step. I saw a $15 Timex watch for $8. What is that? Change is good, especially when it's like 10s and 20s. You know what I mean?
Big Lots. Brand names, closeout prices, happy people.
We all need a happy place, and Big Lots is mine. Oh, Capital One.
You could find an island inside your specially marked Capital One envelope. Check your mail for the Capital One No Hassle Island giveaway. You could instantly win your own private island.
What's in your wallet?
Imagine a spa treatment with soothing vanilla and relaxing lavender for your mind, your body, and now, your clothes. Introducing Downy Simple Pleasures, a fabric softener with natural essences like vanilla and lavender. Can a scent change your mood? Try one and see. New Downy Simple Pleasures. Look for it soon.
One of Saddam Hussein's top aides has reportedly been arrested in a deadly raid in Baghdad that killed 70 Saddam loyalists. But now, the U.S. military is not sure if Izzat Ibrahim al-Duri is actually in custody. And as Barry Peterson reports, if he is, he may not be that big a catch after all.
News raced ahead of reality. Izzat Ibrahim al-Duri, one of Saddam Hussein's top aides, was in custody. Or maybe not. This after a U.S. and Iraqi attack killed some 70 people described as his supporters. The government announced they had captured the king of clubs on America's most wanted list. But certainty turned to confusion. And tonight, CBS News learned DNA tests are underway, with what one official admitted was a 50-50 chance they have the right man. Al-Duri's capture is more of a trophy than a triumph. Even without him, the insurgency will go on. And the Americans showed no signs of letting up this weekend in their ongoing battle. There was fighting again today in this Baghdad slum of 2 million, where Americans face a foe that constant pounding has not vanquished. It took 24 hours for Americans to fight their way into the northern village of Tel Afar, a stronghold for the insurgents. But today, the streets once more belonged to the hard men with their guns and their vengeful God. For Almighty God, says this fighter, we will become martyrs or triumph. But when there is peace, there is resilience. For weeks, the fighting devastated Najaf. It ended a week ago. American troops are digging out unexploded mortars, making the streets safer. Streets where repairs are already underway, where shops can reopen, where people can have what the Americans promised from this war, a safe and normal life. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Baghdad.
In Russia, funerals are underway for the hundreds of young victims of the school hostage nightmare, while some parents are still searching for children to bury. As Elizabeth Palmer reports, the anguish for the 400 dead in Beslan runs as deep as the hatred among the ethnic groups involved.
150 new graves mark the fields next to Beslan's old cemetery. But that's just the beginning. As funerals get underway and families bury their sons and daughters, their mothers and fathers, the official line on who the terrorists were is emerging. 3 men, alleged suspects under arrest, helped identify the bodies. Russian officials say they include Arabs and Chechens, Slavs, and people from Kazakhstan. But whatever the Russian authorities say, the people here in Ossetia are blaming their traditional enemies, the Ingush, who live in the neighboring republic. It's a centuries-old ethnic feud. Christian Ossetians last fought a war against the Muslim Ingush only 12 years ago. In fact, on day 2 of the siege, the former English president himself came to help negotiate the release of a group of infants and women. That should have made him a hero. But the fact that he went in unarmed and came out safe is proof enough for these people that he was the terrorists' accomplice. Sure, he may have rescued a few, say Beslan's gravediggers, but he never came back after that, did he? Why did he leave the rest of our children in there to die? Today, authorities closed the border between Ossetia and Ingushetia, but beyond that, Russian President Vladimir Putin has not addressed the problem directly. The closest he came in a speech yesterday was to hint at even more heavy-handed security measures to control terrorism. But if recent history is anything to go by, that approach in Russia is a dismal failure. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Beslan, Russia.
And just ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, the former president, his passion for fast food, and his future.
Now there's a non-drowsy medicine that lets you breathe again. Alivert Allergy and Sinus relieves sinus pressure, runny nose, and nasal congestion. Breathe again with Alivert Allergy and Sinus, the right relief wherever you are.
When you're passionate about something, you never quit. Your multivitamin, Centrum Silver with lycopene, an ingredient in tomatoes that science suggests may help reduce the risk of heart disease. Put your heart into what you love. Centrum Silver with lycopene.
We know that Senecot, with its natural vegetable laxative ingredient, has been hard to find. Well, your wait is over. Senecot, with the laxative ingredient proven to be effective in 50 clinical studies, now in stores everywhere.
Inside every can of Minwax is the secret to enhancing wood's natural beauty. Minwax's rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes make it easy to turn any house into a beautiful home. Minwax, making wood beautiful for 100 years.
If your doctor says you're at risk for a heart attack, there's a Bayer made just for your heart, and it can have a big impact on your life. It's Bayer Low Dose. It was the first low-dose safety-coated aspirin, and it can significantly reduce your risk of a heart attack. Aspirin is not appropriate for everyone, so be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen. And remember, no other brand prevents more heart attacks than Bayer. The more you know, the more you trust Bayer.
This is an amazing age.
This is an amazing age.
We learn something new every day.
You're living in the age of Fosamax, when it's actually possible to help reverse bone loss and strengthen bone. Fosamax Once Weekly is a hormone-free tablet for postmenopausal women at risk for or with osteoporosis. Fosamax is clinically proven to help reverse bone loss. Increases in bone mass were seen as early as 3 months. You should not use Fosamax if you have certain disorders of the esophagus, are unable to stand or sit upright for 30 minutes, have severe kidney disease, or low blood calcium. Before use, talk to your doctor if you have stomach or digestive problems. Stop taking Fosamax and tell your doctor if you develop new or worsening heartburn, difficult or painful swallowing, or chest pain, because these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
One pill a week can help reverse bone loss.
Ask your doctor if Fosamax Once Weekly is right for you. This is the age of Fosamax.
This is an amazing age.
Helping reverse bone loss.
If you find it hard to believe that more Americans watch pornography than watch sporting events, you won't have a doubt about it after you watch 60 Minutes tonight.
Tomorrow morning, high winds, torrential rains. Hurricane Francis gives Florida a slow-motion drenching. Live team coverage of the aftermath. See why more people are watching The Early Show.
Former President Clinton could undergo heart bypass surgery as early as tomorrow. Mr. Clinton has been in the hospital since he experienced chest pains and shortness of breath last Friday. As Kelly Kobiella reports, the former president has heard from many well-wishers.
In a hospital room at New York Presbyterian, former President Bill Clinton spent the weekend relaxing and waiting for surgery, friends said. Wife Hillary Clinton and daughter Chelsea kept him company. Get well gifts.
Chufru Vasquez for Bill Clinton.
And messages of support flooded in. Vice President Dick Cheney, who has had several heart surgeries over the years, called to wish him luck. And 26,000 others sent prayers and advice through Mr. Clinton's website. One supporter wrote, "I hope your doctors are good Democrats." Mr. Clinton had slimmed down over the past few months, but says a family history of heart trouble combined with his own history of eating junk food may have taken a toll. He called CNN's Larry King from his hospital room Friday night.
My blockage is so substantial, I think if I don't do this, there's virtually a 100% chance I'll have a heart attack.
Cardiac surgeon Dr. Jeffrey Gold compares Mr. Clinton's clogged arteries to corroded pipes. He says the best way to fix them is to replace them altogether.
What a bypass does is it produces a whole new section of plumbing that goes from normal plumbing to normal plumbing, leaving the narrowed, corroded section completely in place. So you end up with a whole new system of arteries.
Mr. Clinton says he took a blood thinner on Friday, which could cause problems both during and after surgery. Doctors need to make sure that medication is out of his system before they operate. Kelly Kobiella, CBS News, New York.
There is new information tonight about the gaps in President Bush's Air National Guard service records. The Associated Press reports that several documents that should have been written to explain the gaps are missing. Among the missing documents is a required investigative report into Mr. Bush's missed medical exam in 1972. The AP quotes some military experts as saying it's possible the required documents were never completed in the first place. To election strategy now, as both parties work to win over votes from every group possible, they can add a new one to the list. As Tris Regan reports, it's goodbye to the soccer mom and hello to the single woman.
The voter registration kits these women are assembling come with a little something extra.
It says, hey girlfriend, don't let this election be a nail biter.
Nail files, along with registration forms, are being handed out at beauty salons in 8 swing states across the country.
And here's some voter registration forms.
Okay. It's an unusual way to target one of this year's hottest voting demographics, single female voters. In the last general election, 22 million unmarried women who were eligible to vote did not. Analysts say that if mobilized, they could have a major impact on this year's presidential race.
If a small percentage of those people decide to vote this time around, it can have a dramatic impact on elections at every level.
The single women demographic is diverse. Some are divorced, some never married, some have kids, and their ages range from 18 to 64. But while married women tip towards Bush, single women lean largely to the left. According to a recent CBS News poll, unmarried women support John Kerry over President Bush by a 23-point margin. 62% believe the country is headed in the wrong direction and are worried about their future.
I want to feel like the money that I work hard for that goes back into the system is going to be something that's going to support me in my future, and I really can't say that the way that things are now, I feel secure in that.
But getting these women to the polls is another matter entirely. Adding voting to an already hectic schedule can seem overwhelming.
If you're a single woman, you have to look after kids, you have to hold down jobs, you're exhausted.
So volunteers are calling them at home, trying to convince them that their vote counts.
Are you registered to vote?
The Republicans say they aren't concerned about the efforts to turn out large numbers of left-leaning single women voters. President Bush, they say, appeals to all women.
It's divisive. It's again splintering women off. It's compartmentalizing us in a way that's not productive and not healthy for women out there in general.
Divisive or not, with such a tight race, both sides want to make sure single women get their shot at shaping the Oval Office. Trish Regan, CBS News, San Francisco.
And coming up next on tonight's CBS Evening News, why one woman rode out the storm with her shotgun.
This is part of our security. Introducing the new look of Serenity Bladder Control with a fresh white top sheet to help keep you dry, high-rising soft sides, and now with Odosorb Plus to help prevent odors. Designed to leave you feeling fresh as a, well, you know.
So I'm wondering, what's a Thermacare heat wrap? Then I put it on my aching back and I realized, oh, it's like a heating pad without a cord. And my pain just melts away. Yes, I feel like I could do backflips. No.
Now that the Hyundai Sonata is J.D. Power & Associates' highest-ranked entry midsize car in initial quality, be prepared for a little extra attention. The Sonata from Hyundai.
The allergy season's in full force. Most OTC allergy medicines may not last as long as you want. Not Benadryl Allergy, not Chlortrimeton 4-Hour, not Tylenol Severe Allergy. But just one dose of once daily Allegra lasts up to 4 times longer than one dose of most OTC allergy medicines for people 12 and over. Side effects are low and may include headache, cold, or backache. Don't let another allergy day go by without Allegra. Because who knows how long this allergy season will last. Long-lasting Allegra. The relief goes on.
You can't turn back time, but you can take your own sweet time. Ask your doctor about Cialis, the only erectile dysfunction tablet clinically proven to both work fast and work up to 36 hours. Men with ED and their partners agree that Cialis improves erectile function for a satisfying experience. Cialis lets you respond to your partner when the moment is right, just like you two want to. Cialis is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or certain alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. Erections lasting longer than 4 hours, though rare, require immediate medical help. Discuss your health status with your doctor and ask if Cialis is right for you. And take your own sweet time finding the right time. Cialis, when the moment is right, you can be ready.
Campaign 2004. Some people talk about fairness and balance. Other people talk about covering the issues. But it's just talk. CBS News is actually doing something about it. What does it mean to you? Every key issue in the presidential campaign examined in detail from both sides. Only on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
As we saw earlier, not everyone in the hurricane's path heeded the advice to retreat to safer ground. And as Randall Pinkston reports from West Palm Beach, some of the holdouts who remained in place were armed with more than just their nerve.
You want to show me? What do you got?
Margie Bellamy's house was tattered by wind and rain, but it's still standing. And so is the trailer park she owns. Like most of Palm Beach County, wind damage is the biggest problem. But when we met her a few days ago, Bellamy feared another potential problem, looting, and vowed to weather the storm to protect her property.
This is part of our security, and we do have more.
Today, we wanted to know if she had to use her security.
We have only had, 3 outsiders in here. Everybody stopped in here. They've been very nice.
Good. But when I say do you have to use your security, I mean do you
no,
have
I didn't use my gun. There hadn't been a snake crawled in yet.
Okay. Bellamy's family stayed with her through the hurricane, but as winds howled, there were some anxious moments.
What did it sound like to you? Did you hear it?
I was a sound asleep, and I heard something swirling, and I jumped right, scared the pee out of me.
Do you regret your decision to stay?
No. I'm glad we stayed here.
No, but I know if another big one comes, we're leaving.
I don't know if I will or not.
Today in Bellamy's neighborhood, there were no complaints, just gratitude.
It's over. We're lucky. No one lost their lives in here. Everyone in this park can come back and lay down in their trailer tonight if they want to.
And some have returned, thanking Margie for holding down the fort. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
And that is the CBS Evening News. Later on CBS, 60 Minutes and a report on the booming pornography business. Tomorrow on the early show, the latest on Hurricane Francis. I'm Mika Brzezinski, CBS News in New York. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on cbsnews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart. Good jobs, good people, great opportunities. Come grow with us at Walmart. Experience CBS News.
Hurricane Francis continues to batter the Sunshine State. Some Florida families are staying here in Tennessee until the storm dies down. And a fuel spill at a local gas station shuts down a busy road for several hours. The news is now.
From your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ben Hall. Jamie has the night off. Well, Hurricane Francis is a tropical storm, but it may regain strength. The storm hit parts of Florida today, flooding roads and destroying homes. More than 4 million people are without power. And Eileen Sergani tells us the storm is far from over.
Armed with unlimited determination, Hurricane Frances crawled across South Florida's eastern coastline with a plan of attack, packing winds reaching 105 miles per hour.
Oh, there's the mattress!
And this is what she left behind. A trail of destruction from city to city, making life miserable for millions of Floridians.
Kind of devastated, yeah. A lot of limbs and trees